What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from Beer Kind Brewing, and they are out of Tonawanda, New York, and this is their Old Ben. So this is a barley wine that comes in at 10.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, time of review. And this can is just under 7 weeks old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to Alex from Beer Kind for this beer. So big thanks to him. Recently, I attended the 2025 New York State Craft Brewers Festival that took place at Canalside in Buffalo, New York. And Alex was there pouring for Beer Kind. He is the co-founder and head brewer at Beer Kind, and they were pouring this one for VIP, and I didn't get over in time to try it. But when we got over there, I tried a couple other offerings he had, and then after the festival, he had some leftover cans of this beer. So he sent me home with a can, and the least I can do is review it. Now, I have not been to the brewery, which is ridiculous because they're only 15 minutes away from my house, so I have to get out there very soon. However, I have talked with Alex numerous times over the past year at different beer festivals. Great guy, and I do enjoy their beer. However, what's funny is one of my favorite offerings from them is their Salty Melon Energy, I think it's called. It is a salted watermelon hard seltzer. You guys know, I've mentioned before, I'm not a hard seltzer guy. That hard seltzer is delicious. It has a nice like salinity to it, watermelon vibe, not overly sweet, super crushable. Maybe I'll review that as my first ever hard seltzer at some point on the channel. But anyway, I'm really excited about this one. If you follow the channel, you know that I'm a huge barley wine guy. My favorite style is English barley wine. I do enjoy American barley wine, but I prefer English more. I did ask Alex specifically, and he did say this is more of an American-style barley wine. However, it's just under 7 months old, so maybe the hops have dined down a bit. 10.2%. I'm here for it. So we're going to see how this is. Middle of summer, drinking a 10.2% barley wine. Yeah, that's the Beer PaTroll in a nutshell. Let's give it a pour here. So, a little bit lighter than I anticipated. So we'll see if that matters. It looks more like an amber ale pouring out. We're going to do something like this. I'm not trying to get crazy yet with this beer because it is 10.2%. It is a barley wine, but it does look really nice in the glass. Let's be honest here. That looks fucking great. So yeah, what you're seeing on camera is exactly what I'm seeing in person. Has a beautiful, like this deeper, darker amber color. Decent clarity. Like it's not like super murky and turbid, but you can see you can make out the shadow of my hand, maybe a little bit of my hand, but just more shadow. Had about a finger that's not about a half finger of this tan colored head, khaki colored head. Very creamy looking head. But yeah, it looks good. It's definitely filtered. But yeah, looks really nice. Let's get a nose. And this is out of my darker beer fridge at 54. And that first whiff was fantastic. So you know what? He said it was more of an American style, but I'll be honest with you, this smells more like malt driven, more like to the English style. Maybe it's the age. Yeah, beautiful caramel toffee, sugar daddies. Big dark fruit vibes to this one. Raisin, plum. Little bit of like a red licorice for sure. There's a touch of hop character that's more like an earthy, kind of slightly piney hop resin kind of nose. Ooh. Brown bread as well. Ooh, that smells really good. A touch of a booziness too. Perceived booziness. Smells pretty fucking good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Alex. Oh, I really like the finish. And usually when I say I really like the finish, I never touch on the finish. So I'm going to try to remember to do that today. But it has this really nice, almost like hard toffee kind of, picture like a Butterfinger, like the middle of the Butterfinger, the actual, like, not the chocolate part, but like the wafer part or whatever you want to call it. That's kind of what the finish is. I like that a lot. All right, so I'm always honest with the reviews. The body's a bit thin. It's 10.2%. It's a barley wine, whether it's American or English. This is like higher side of medium. To me, I want this to be low full at the very least, if not into like medium full or full on body. So it is a bit thin. It's not watery or anything. It's just thinner than I would prefer. The mouthfeel is really nice. A mild to moderate carbonation, more approaching moderate, but still nice smoothness, a little bit of creaminess. So the mouth feels better than body. The taste, though, it kind of carried over from the nose. So this has the complexity from the malt character of a barley wine that you want. Forefront, like a dark brown bread, or even if you want to say dark, just like a little bit of a darker brown bread. It doesn't have to be like super dark brown bread, but it has a nice like dark brown bread quality, a lot of caramel. There's toffee, a touch of brown sugar. There's almost a little bit of a nuttiness too. And then as it passes through, I get a lot of dark fruit, raisins and plums mostly. There's a little bit of that, I didn't say it in the nose, but like a little bit of like a sweet, like almost candied red apple. So picture like a candied apple. But what I really dig about this one is that I like licorice, specifically red licorice. Not a huge fan of black licorice, anise, whatever. Like, it's okay, but I prefer red licorice, like a better... Listen, man, I like some Twizzlers, right? But give me a better quality Twizzler, and I'm here all day for it. And that's what I'm kind of getting, like a red licorice kind of vibe. The finish is nice because this is bone dry with a mild to moderate bitterness, like smack dab in the middle. If I was doing this blind, I would think it's more to the English style because the bitterness isn't as pronounced. There is a big dryness, but it doesn't have that huge sappy, like resinous pine hop quality or like a floral hop quality. It has a little bit of it. So I think the fact that this is just under 7 months old, I think the hops have faded quite a bit. And it's kind of in that period right now where it's like in between like an English and American. Give this a year or two, and it's probably full on English. So fresh, I don't know if I would like it as much as I like it right now, but again, that's a personal preference. And again, it just says barley wine. It doesn't say American, doesn't say English, but I did ask them specifically because I was curious. I forgot to say, it's 10.2%. There is, believe it or not for me, there's no warming in my chest. I can tell this is a bigger beer based on everything I'm tasting, body, mouthfeel. I know this is at least 8%. Would I say it's 10.2? No. I would say at the highest 9 based on what I'm tasting. I would think there'd be more of like a warming sensation in my chest, like a booziness, like, make you feel, because they released this prior to Christmas of last year. So you're thinking, yeah, definitely middle of the winter beer, for sure. But right now, it's hiding the alcohol pretty fucking well. I'm kind of surprised. All right, one more sip and we're going to lock in a rating. I will say right now, I'm very impressed by this. Most of their beer has been good to very good that I've had, with that salty melon energy, hard seltzer being like one of my favorite things I've had from them. They also did, I think they did like a coconut porter that I had at one of the fests that I got 2 pours of because it was really good. It was almost, I think they call it like something joy, so like a play on almond joy. It was really good. This might not be as complex or as just pure on delicious as like some of my favorite barley wines. It definitely has a thinner body. It's more, to me, in the English style than American style at this point after almost 7 months of aging. But it's a really good beer for a brewery that I think has been open just, I think it's been like just over a year, maybe 2 years max. They haven't been around for more than a couple of years. So the fact that they brewed something like this and it's well done and enjoyable, kudos to them. Kudos to Alex and everybody over at Beer Kind. This is a great beer. Is it my favorite barley wine of all time or anything? No, it's not. But it's really fucking good. And that's kind of what I want out of a barley wine. I want it to be good. Any beer, really. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Like I said, the cons, a little bit thin body, not as complex as it can be. Maybe just not as robust as some other barley wines. But for a local barley wine from a brewery that's relatively new in the past couple of years, like, I think it's pretty fucking good. So, Old Ben from Beer Kind, I'm going to go straight 4.25 out of 5. I think this is a really nice beer. They did a really good job with this one. And based on, and this is more of like a local brewery. And what I mean by that is like, they're trying to appease, I know Alex is trying to appease more of like the local scene there, like in Tonawanda, city of Tonawanda, maybe NT, maybe in Amherst, places like that. More of a local brewery. I don't think, unless people really are coming there to try out the barley wine, they're probably not, buying a lot of this or drinking a lot of this or whatever, because barley wine is one of those styles where I think you got to be like a uber beer nerd to really get into it. Like, I don't think a lot of people just drink this and be like, oh, it's great, because it's very malt driven, right? Without question. But I think this is quite impressive. They also have a little thing on the back that I think like a code that maybe I'll do here at the end and check it out. But anyway, price point availability. Well, Alex gave it to me, so I have no idea. But I would pay upwards of like, if that was like no more than like $6 a can, I'd be okay with it. If it's more than $6 a can, I wouldn't be okay with it. It is only it's 10.2%, not barrel aged or anything. So I wouldn't want to pay more than like $5-6 a can, but 6 would be the upper echelon. So Alex, if you haven't bought this review, let me know. Anybody else in the area, but whatever. And then the availability is Beer Kind. I think you can only get their stuff at their brewery in Tonawanda, New York. So I don't think any distribution. At some point, I will be going there, no doubt, and I'll do it on location. At the very least, review some beers there. But I did tell Alex I do want to come there and interview him and stuff. But I've been saying that for fucking the last 2 years, and I'm a piece of shit. So who knows? Anyway, a lot of you haven't had this one before, but if you have and you watched the review, post in the comment section, let me know. If not, what's your favorite barley wine? Could be American, English, whatever. Let me know. Let me see if I can bust open my app on my phone here and see if it gives me a link for something here. All right. Oh, you know, it just takes you to their website. See, because it has the, on the back there, and it just took it to the website. So it doesn't really say anything. But yeah, Tonawanda, New York, Beer Kind Brewing. Huge thanks to Alex for this beer. And also the festival was awesome too. It was a lot of fun. Canalside, beautiful, and a lot of cool breweries pouring a lot of nice beer. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer PaTroll. Like I said, more dry than bitter. Pretty well balanced. Leans a little bit sweeter at this point, but that's my wheelhouse. So that's probably why I enjoy it quite a bit. So 4.25 out of 5. To the next one. Cheers. Check back next Wednesday for another Western Europe Wednesday. Until then, see ya.